When it's my words that fall on deaf ears, is it now my turn to learn the language of the sign? Even though I think I hear and speak just fine. To put it bluntly, my life and any hearing I may or may not have has always been fair to fine. Thanks to a skin pigmentation and genes, and the fact that it is not my life or liberty on trial or in any jeopardy at the hands of the authorities, at least at the time of this writing, beknownst to me. And so, yeah, what the hell? If somehow my placement of nouns and verbs and adjectives on a page or my 10 digits in training, flailing in broken American Sign Language can reverberate and spark a chance of changing the view of one, just one, who's seething in rage and hate from some pre-existing pain they never faced and has their sights set squarely at an innocent target, well, hell yeah. I will try my damnedest and my hardest to master this silent lexicon. Only to be told my fingers do not speak in the correct dialect, and the safe and the sound are not actually that at all, and they don't hear the call, as it hasn't rang for them yet. So in hands they hold weapons, once indiscriminate, until loaded with bullets forged from a flame of ignorance and belligerence, and history tells us it's just the way it is, so just handle it. If you're a real man, that is. If your patriotism isn't just a paper napkin with an American flag printed on it you wipe potato salad off your chin with on the 4th day of the 7th month of the year of your Lord, and the rest of the 11 you'll use the disposable linens to wipe up lonely jizz or, God forbid, your tears, and hope and pray your Lord ain't watching and listening, but your faith has always told you he is, and he loves you by judging you. And right there, with that quick distraction of malice and anger that your faith may somehow have betrayed you into believing that your little dainty existence isn't just as delicate as those you tell to get over it, and that it too can just as easily be prohibited and abruptly ended when the questions become too frequent and the profit margins suffer from lack of productivity, be it by a preventable pandemic, be it a fight for basic human dignity, and that almost makes you think. But it's easier to listen to your fear and shame that says you're afraid and tells you to attack, tells you to defend this way of life you have chosen to cherish. You're a proud patriot, worshipping a bankrupt reality star, TV con man rapist. You value the color of a shirt someone applied to wear to murder with impunity and get paid for it more than the color of skin that puts those who live in it in danger on a basis that's minute to minute. And they never ever had a say in their place or position in this color scheme. But let's be clear. Let's make no fucking mistake about it. They ain't just coming for the blacks. They coming for the poor. They coming for you. They coming for me too. And the sooner that we see and accept that thoughts and prayers and beliefs and platitudes of all lives matter and I don't see color, and the idea we need to agree to disagree and one of us should compromise what constitutes civility or decency ain't never changed a damn thing, we may all be free. And I'd like you to ask, if his are the behaviors you'd be proud for your mother to see as your legacy, or your own precious children to admire and aspire to achieve the success gained by an impeached commander-in-chief by lying and cheating and having no feelings for any other human beings? And why? Why are these evils endorsed and acceptable? Because your pride is too fickle, ashamed, and fragile to retreat and admit you've been lied to, because you really did believe in this orange guardian angel who came to save you from any who would try to tell you that everyone, even those who don't believe like you, or look like you, or may kneel for a different reason than you do, are still worthy of the same liberty as you. Of all of the freedoms we have, the freedom to admit a mistake and see the error in our ways and live to change for the better for another day. That ain't freedom. That's what's really called grace. So I will try to learn the signs and use these little fingers eloquently, since it would seem this selective deafness is worsening and spreading, whether learned or chosen or afflicted or conditioned based on longitude and latitudinal coordinates of places far and wide, content and determined not to progress with the rest of humankind, or is it just the existence that your nation was birthed in and never thought to question why? So if I make a real effort to learn this foreign tongue, and take the time to train my fingers to articulate and speak visually in crisp, clear, concise terms you can understand, would you hear me speak? Because it means a lot to me. Because I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe you are worthy to see the idea that you are better than hate and bigotry. You are better than this president. You are better than these police. You are better than those who turn a blind eye to evil but won't turn the other cheek. You are better than all the holier than thou acting like saints because they sit in a pew for an hour once a week but lack compassion for any who don't agree with how they think. You are better than the false prophets and armchair disciples who don't practice what they preach. You are human, and you deserve humanity. Give of it, and I promise you will receive. So now, can you see? See, the reply, it's laughable but heartbreaking at the same time. I could, but I won't, because I don't wanna. The freedom of apathy and callousness and voluntary blindness will not be held in such a high esteem when it is you and not them fighting for life. Fighting to be free, fighting for peace, for fuck's sake, just fighting to be. Quite the American anomaly. For so many to fester and just a few flourish under the affliction and affection for an accepted legacy, while the liars, cheats, and thieves are admired and revered for the brutality and greed practiced daily in this land of the free. Any failures or catastrophes can easily be blamed on any scapegoat who dares to have the gall to scream, "I can't breathe," or walks in a neighborhood wearing a hoodie eating Skittles just being 17, or is a woman so bold and so brash to be asleep in her own home and the wrong door is rammed down and shots are fired into her indiscriminately, or just trying to follow instructions and hand over your ID, or looking at a white woman in just the wrong way, or simply just expecting you may be able to exist as a free human being with the same rights and liberties we are all supposedly guaranteed. Yes, sadly, this is history, and it's shameful and sickening and devastating, and there is no excuse for it. The case is closed. I am done debating it. This is history, but we sure as fuck can stop repeating it. Check.